Okay, so I ran up on him. Why? Oh, Lord. What's up, Palace Jess? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do another episode of Unrd, The Silent Truth. So last time we were on here, we found out that there was a stabbing that happened a few years ago from where we are right now, and there were 3 people a part of that stabbing. It was a robbery gone wrong. I was a part of that stabbing, my friend Max, and then there was a third guy named Marcus. We read Marcus's messages on our phone last time. No one ever implicated Marcus. I don't know who this Marcus character is or why we feel some kind of loyalty to him, but nobody ever mentioned Marcus's name, and Sam was the one that ended up taking the rap for it. Sam being us, right? We ended up taking the rap for it, got like a year and a half, I think, in juvie for that. And that was all the more reason to pin this murder, this current murder of Michael Franklin. That was another reason to pin this murder on us, to be like, I mean, he stabbed that man a long time ago, so he's capable of doing it now. Y'all know how people on Law and Order and the lawyers and stuff be putting together. They be trying to put 2 and 2 together to connect the case. Sam innocent to me. Sam said the story that we know about what happened with the Michael Franklin case, how he ran up on Michael, he bumped into him at the coffee shop and then found where that man lived and ran up in his house and shot him. That's not the truth. That is not the truth. Sam said that ain't true at all. We don't know what the actual truth is. Sam said that's not true, but then he's also not giving an alternative story. So we don't know. We don't know. That's what he told Ava. He said, girl, you lying. You a lying. There ain't none of that happened, girl. Stop. But that's where we are, y'all. Let's just keep plugging away. Like I said, this is long. This is a long story, I think. So let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, y'all, here's Ava again. She said, Sam, what time can you talk tonight? I need to speak to you. I said, I think about 8. She said, okay, but if you get a chance before, let me know. All right, girl. It'll be 8. And here's my Nana. I said, hi, Nana. Had some awful news yesterday. Please message me when you can. I'm going to keep trying every day. Hope you're doing well. Y'all, why my Nana not answering? Nothing better not have happened to my Nana. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. I'll fight everybody over my Nana. Y'all, let's look at some stories. Here's Marcus. Oakville puts the... Is that a roach? Oh my God. Okay, here's Kingley. He said break time. Y'all, it was roaches on my phone. Oh my God. Okay, Kingley, I don't care about you. What's this? Some tea. Kingley, I don't care about your actual tea. You need to spill the tea. That's what you need to do. All right, y'all, it's 8 o'clock. I messaged Ava back. I said, okay, I'm here. She said, I'm confused. I said, why? She said, because you're either lying or not telling me the whole truth. I said, I'm telling you what I know. She said, okay, let's start from the beginning. There's CCTV of you having an argument in Oakville Coffee with Michael Franklin. That we know. And then she posted the CCTV. Hold on, y'all. Okay, that's Michael Franklin. That man look like Michael Darby. Okay, so I ran up on him. Why? Oh, Lord. Why is it looking all grainy and stuff? What's that in his hand? What was that, y'all? Was that a check? Did he throw a check in my face? It was a piece of paper, and he pushed it at me. And that was that was Sam leaving out the restaurant. She said, what were you arguing about? I said, nothing. He just started shouting at me and pushed me. She said, that's not what it looks like. The barista even said he heard shouting in the shop and then saw you run after him shouting, I'll effing kill you. Then a few hours later, Michael Franklin is found dead. Coincidence? Come on, Sam. I'm not stupid. I said, that's not how it started. She said, then tell me the truth. The Franklin's neighbor even said she saw you leaving the scene. I said, no. She said she saw someone who looks like me leaving the scene. She said, well, yes. And in episode 4 of my podcast, I discovered she's now got dementia, which makes her statement pretty unconvincing. I said, really? She does? She said, listen to this. It's in episode 4 if you want to listen later. Not you plugging your podcast, April.
Let's talk about another witness. Matilda Putten had lived next door to the Franklins pretty much all her life. She was 72 when the incident happened, but she ended up being an integral part in Sam's conviction. She claimed in her statement that she heard a lot of shouting and commotion, then a dark-skinned male running away. Her home CCTV also shows someone coming and going, but you can't see their face. Not much to go off, but she later positively identified Samuel as the male she saw. Sadly, Matilda Putten now has what they call stage 7 dementia. For those of you who don't know, dementia is a horrible disease that affects your memory and your ability to do even the basic of tasks. People in stage 7 have essentially no ability to speak or concentrate. She'd require assistance to walk and to do most activities, such as eating. It's a terrible disease, and I pray that you or anyone you know never suffers from it. Now, obviously, when she gave the statement, she wouldn't have been in this state. But there's a general argument that she would have at least been in early stages of dementia, which, when you take her statement into account, makes you question a few things.
Yeah, you're right. I said, shoot, so what can we do? She said, well, the problem is, it's not enough, Sam. I need evidence that you didn't do it to delay your execution. Currently, all the evidence says you did. Sam, I said, like I said earlier, I've been set up. She said, okay, say I believe you and it's been doctored. How do you explain your search history? I said, what do you mean? She said, after the argument, you returned home and searched for Spring Valley, Oakville on your laptop. That's the road Michael lived on. Then, following the murder, you searched for Oakville Dump. Then, train Oakville to California. You have to admit, it sounds slightly suspicious, doesn't it? Like you were almost searching where he lived to get your own back for something, then trying to dump his body, then make a run for it. I said, I didn't search for those things, trust me. She said, that's not what the evidence said. And then, okay, so 771 days ago, I searched ice hockey matches, Josie King playlist. I know who Josie King is. Oakville coffee store directions, Spring Valley, Oakville dump, train Oakville to California. All right, and then 778 days ago, 771 is the day of the murder. Like, that's the day of the Michael Franklin murder. And then a week before that, I searched bus times, East Oakville, property development courses, and nice houses near me. Not nice houses. And then I said, be right back, guard change. Y'all, I wonder, could somebody have had my computer maybe? I'm really trying to I'm really trying to refute all the evidence because I don't think Sam did this. Like, I just don't feel like he did this. Okay, here's Kingley the guard. He said, ending shift in 20 minutes. Keep your phone hidden from then on. Okay, I messaged Ava. I said, sorry, I'm back. She said, is everything okay? I said, yep, Kingley just went on his break. She said, okay, well, anyway, the evidence. I said, I know. So this is what I was trying to tell you. While I was on my phone, I found this. And then this is his search history. Spring Valley, Oakville, travel playlist, job listing, Oakville, bus times, East Oakville, job listing, not the Super Bowl air date, and then Josie King playlist. And then 778 days ago, train Oakville to California, Oakville dump. Okay, so it looks like everything's out of order. That's what it looks like. I said, this is the search history from my computer from that month. All the things you mentioned, I did search, but not on that day. She said, how did you get this? I said, the browsers are synced from my laptop to my cell, so I can see everything I searched from a few years ago. She said, if what you're showing me is correct, then the evidence used in court was tampered with. I said, I told you, I've been set up. Gotta go. She said, no, Sam, wait, I need more. I said, if you want more, get the recording of my interview. She said, your interview? I said, the first one I had with the police officer. And she said, why? I said, you'll see. Gotta go. Okay, Ava, so get the footage then, sis. You the journalist, get the footage. All right, here's Max. Max said, is it working? I said, so far. He said, good. If you'd have just stuck to the story, you wouldn't be in this situation. I said, you know I had no choice. What? If you would have stuck to the story, you wouldn't be in this situation. What situation? Stuck to what story? What y'all talking about? Okay, y'all, so that's the end of day 2. I think that Ava is on her way to get the footage, the interview footage from the night that we allegedly killed Michael Franklin. I'm still on this boat that he did not do it. I really feel like he's innocent. I really feel like Sam is innocent. I really feel like Sam is innocent. I don't think that this man did this. I don't think he did it at all. I do think he's covering up for somebody. You know what? Let me just go ahead and just tell my theory. Let me go ahead and just share my theory. I know it's early, but let me just go ahead and share my theory of what I think happened. I think that Joe, my boo thing, remember her? I think that Joe is the daughter of Michael Franklin. That's what I think. And I think that something happened between the two of them. And that's my boo, right? So I'm gonna protect my boo and I'm gonna save my boo. I don't think that I killed Sam. I don't think that we killed Michael Franklin, but I think that she did. And we're covering for her. I think that's what it is. So y'all remember when we were reading the blog and the timeline of events was like Sam ran up in those people's houses, found the mom, the wife, and the daughter in the house. Michael was not there, but his wife and his daughter was there. And Sam allegedly pushed them into a closet, like threw them in a closet somewhere and told them to not move and don't come out. And then Michael came home and I shot him, allegedly. Michael came home and I shot him, and then I ran out the patio door, like I ran out. And then 27 minutes later, remember, mama and daughter still sitting in the closet like they R. Kelly. What were they doing in 27 minutes to where that man bled out and died? Were they in the closet playing hand clap games, or were they braiding each other's hair? Like, what was going on to where in 27 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a hole in that story that I don't really understand, like, what was happening. Because if that story is true, Sam shot the man and ran away. And then they just chilled in the closet for 30 minutes while their dad and husband was laying on the floor dead. It makes no sense. Like, that little 27 minutes, I'm still stuck on that. When I was going over the timeline of, you know, events of what happened on the day of Michael Franklin's murder, Sam shot Michael, ran out the patio door. 27 minutes later, the mom and the daughter came out and called the cops. And then I didn't read this part, but I saw it as I was editing. The cops came on the scene like 3 minutes after that. Like, they called the cops. They waited for 27 minutes, picked up the phone and called the cops. And then the cops were there in 3 minutes. Like, the cops came 3 minutes later to investigate. 3 minutes? I mean, like, I know this is a rich neighborhood and I know these all white folks, but 3 minutes, is it really that? Because let me tell you something. When Jessica calls the cops, the one time, I only called the cops once. When Jessica called the cops, it took like 2 hours to call the cops. Like, but y'all can get police assistance in 3 minutes, really? Really? I can't even pop popcorn in that amount of time. Like, what y'all talking about? But yeah, that's my theory. I think that Joe is Michael Franklin's daughter, and I think that she got something to do with this, and that's why Sam is so hesitant on speaking the truth, because that's his boo and he'll do anything for her and whatever. Like, we saw the text messages between those two in another episode, in a previous episode, but that's what I think. I think that Joe did something and we covering up for her. I also have that theory because the daughter in the blog, we learned that the daughter's name is Natasha. I can't remember what the mom's name was, but the daughter's name is Natasha. In one of these other messages, I think, let me find it, y'all. I think it was this Nicola message. Because I think I said I wasted my money because it was locked. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Nicola was basically saying like, yeah, one of my friends want to holler at you, and it was Joe, right? We found out it was Joe later on. But in this message, look at this, y'all. So I asked Nicola, I said, yeah, who's your friend? And Nicola said she's called NJ or Joe to her friends. She's in my phone as Joe, but what if that N stands for Natasha, which means that she's Michael Franklin's daughter? Maybe her name is Natasha Joe and she just goes by Joe. Listen, that's my theory. That's my theory. Is it correct? I don't know. I have no clue, but that's the hill I'm dying on. But all right, y'all, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I could be completely off base. I could be completely off base with this theory, but that's what I'm gonna stick to right now. I'm gonna stick beside that theory right now. That's my theory. Joe is the real villain in this story. But thanks so much for watching, y'all. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.